Good evening and welcome back. Attorney Jay Davis is here from James W. Davis and Associates for our segment, It's the Law. Good evening to you. Happy to have you.
Here. Thank you.
Always. Well, tonight we have to talk about the case that is really dominating the news, the Isaac Culver trial. Now, a jury found that the businessman was guilty of defrauding the Bibb County School District by lying to the school district about who was selling them 15,000 in computing devices that didn't really operate that well. Culver's company made nearly $2 million in this sale, and now he could see anywhere from 20 years in prison plus hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines. Quite a messy case here. A lot of people talking about it. So my question to you, as you review some of the case and the findings, what really stands out to you about this case?
The first thing that stands out is that Dalymon, everything under that Dalymon era was a problem. So that's the first thing that stands out. Secondly, this man that was hired as a business consultant, paid $500,000 by the Board of Education in order to consult. You don't get to consult and decide to advise them to hire your own firm. It's not a part of how it works, and that's why there was the problem with him having to hide the fact that that's what he did. So that's why he used the other aliases in order to sort of make it look like he didn't need to put that out as a competitive bid, but in fact he should have. And if he was going to be allowed to bid on it, he should have bid against other companies bidding, not just arbitrarily pull himself in it. So that's where I think the big problem
really stands out for you. All right. Well, also there was just a lot of information in this case for the jury. What do you think stood out for the jury for them to issue the guilty verdict?
I think they knew that this was an intentional act. I think the attorney on the defense was trying to say, you know what, businessmen are in for this for profit. $2 million may sound like a lot on a $3.4, I believe, million dollar case, but in fact that might be normal business thing.
Okay.
It's probably not normal. That was their argument. I think probably another defense might have been that was an era in this county when a lot of shady dealings were going on. I'm not sure all the details around it, but I think probably a better defense might have been he was sort of in line with sort of the pay-to-play sort of business that was going on. That's not the method they took. It may have worked either way or not worked either way, and probably wasn't looking good to begin with.
Well, we haven't gotten to the sentencing phase yet, but he could face up to 20 years behind bars and then have to pay back hundreds of thousands in fines. What do you think we could see here?
Well, I think probably 20 years, but I think he's actually possible to get more. I'm not sure all of the convictions that there were, but I think it's 20 years per count. So it could go way up beyond that. It might get up to maybe 60 years with a serve 20 time. Could be as low as maybe 10 years to serve. I think he's going to serve some time. I think he should probably serve some time on this type of thing. And I think the sentencing could be up. There's one of the counts that would allow it to be up to twice the damages, twice the sort of theft type that he did. So the question is that based off $2 million, which was probably his net gain, or the net gain that was sort of inappropriately gained?
Exactly.
So I think it could go maybe double that. It could be as much as $4 million. But I don't know if he'd ever be able to pay it. So it may be a moot point, but it just depends on what the judge decides to impose.
All right. Thank you so much, Jay, for being with us this evening. I'm going to go ahead and send things on over to Cecilia for a look outside.